What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, undefeated three-division world champion superstar boxer who simultaneously held the WBA super title at super featherweight and the WBA regular title at lightweight, junior welterweight superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, and undefeated lightweight, junior welterweight Mexican superstar title contender King Ryan Garcia. They're set to face off against one another April 22nd, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena. With that said, there's a lot being made of the stipulations and the demands stated by and asked by Gervonta Tank Davis, who has a record of 28 wins, no loss, no draw, 26 big wins by way of knockout. He is 28 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. And Ryan Garcia, who is 23 wins, no losses, no draw, 19 wins by way of knockout, 24 years of age, 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach. Gervonta Tank Davis, the fight is going to take place at the catchweight at 136. There's a rehydration clause that's going to be set where Ryan Garcia can't gain 10 pounds. Now, Gervonta Tank Davis, in an interview, he stated that Ryan Garcia weighs 180 to 170 pounds. And so he's not going to allow Ryan Garcia, who is extremely big and is still young and growing, to be able to rehydrate to a massive weight that he has such a huge disadvantage, that being Gervonta Tank Davis being at a huge disadvantage, right? And Ryan Garcia, to combat that, he came out and he put up a post that he is 146 pounds 6 weeks out from the fight, right? And that he's been focused on this, weight cut. And then he put up a post yesterday to which he stated cutting weight is not easy, okay? And everybody jumped on it and everybody reported and talked about it, right? And everybody said how much Ryan Garcia is saying cutting weight is not easy. Well, newsflash to everybody, cutting weight is not easy to Gervonta Tank Davis, nor is it easy to any other fighter as well. Cutting weight is extremely difficult. It is actually a skill, okay, to be able to cut weight professionally, make weight comfortably, regardless of what weight class and what size you are, okay? And so that is a skill, and it's called professionalism, right? And so with that said, Gervonta Tank Davis, he responds and lets it be known that there's really only one stipulation, okay? And that's the rehydration clause. Because in general, and Gervonta Tank Davis is 1,000% correct, and his team is 1,000% correct, because in all actuality, this is just Ryan Garcia not wanting to fight at the 135 limit, because he's 146 pounds, which means that he can make 135 pounds. If you're 146 pounds 6 weeks out before the fight, then you definitely can make 135 pounds. That's Ryan Garcia having to lose 11 pounds. Now, Ryan Garcia is extremely muscular. He's extremely big, and he's still growing, right? But to lose 11 pounds in 6 weeks, Ryan Garcia can do that. I don't know where the 11 pounds will come from, but he's going to essentially be dehydrating himself, okay? Gervonta Tank Davis is not the biggest guy, so Gervonta Tank Davis cutting the weight is somewhat different because Gervonta Tank Davis is at his peak. He's not growing anymore. He's 28 years of age, okay? So he's not growing anymore. Ryan Garcia is 24 and could have a slight bit of growth still as far as his muscular mass and just coming into his man strength. Gervonta Tank Davis is at where he's going to be at for the duration of his life, okay? Unless he just decides to become a bodybuilder or he just decides to lose all his mass and just be skinny, right? Outside of that, Gervonta Tank Davis is where he's going to be for the duration of his life. Ryan Garcia is still filling out, okay, at 24 years of age. But in all reality, right, there's only one stipulation. So I see a lot of people saying there's two stipulations, right? There's the rehydration clause and then there's the catch weight. But this fight is essentially at lightweight, 135, okay? The 1 pound is just Ryan Garcia being a stickler because I'm sure Ryan Garcia, whose last two fights in the last 2 years, he hasn't fought at 135 in 2 years, and his last two fights was at 140. Now, I know people saying the fight with Javier Fortuna, which was his last fight, was on Ryan Garcia because Javier Fortuna wanted to make 140, and Ryan Garcia wanted it to be at 135. So was Ryan Garcia playing games with Javier Fortuna, knowing Javier Fortuna was struggling to make the weight? Who knows, right? But nonetheless, his last two fights was at 140 pounds and in the last 2 years. Okay, so last time he fought at 135 was 2021, right? So he hasn't fought since he fought Luke Campbell. That's the last time he fought at 135. Okay, so with that said, yes, Ryan Garcia is extremely big, but he's focused and already disciplined, and he's already on weight to make 135. So the only real clause that Gervonta Tank Davis is asking for is the rehydration clause, like Bernard Hopkins says, the dehydration clause, right? Not allowing Ryan Garcia to fully rehydrate. So he's saying is the dehydration clause. But nonetheless, there's only one stipulation in this contract that we know of that the people are talking about and gained a lot of traction and momentum with the weight, is that, the catch weight. So it's not a catch weight, right? It's essentially at 135. And now we're almost 30 days out from the weigh-in. You do the 30-day weigh-in. That's going to be March 22nd. Okay, so March 22nd, you're going to have the 30-day weigh-in. So on Tuesday, on Wednesday is going to be the 30-day weigh-in. So they're already on par, because when they do the 30-day weigh-in, you have to be 10 pounds away from the contractual obligated weight. And Ryan Garcia is at 146. And from my understanding, Gervonta Tank Davis is below 146. So both guys are already on par to make the contractual 30-day weigh-in weight, right? Usually that is for the sanctioned bodies and there's no belt on the line. But this is a huge fight, okay? And this is a massive pay-per-view fight. It's an important fight for the sport of boxing. There's no belt on the line, although Gervonta Tank Davis is the WBA regular champion at 135. Okay, we know Devin Haney is the undisputed champion. He's the super WBA champion, 135. But Tank Davis is the regular champion at 135. So there's no official 30-day weigh-in because the sanctioned bodies are not involved. When the sanctioned bodies are involved, they want to have official weights, so they don't have a blunder like they had, yesterday or day before yesterday, when Zurdo Ramirez was supposed to fight Gabe Rosado. Although there wasn't a belt on the line, it was a eliminator bout. And Zurdo Ramirez, he came in. There's multiple different reports, but the scale said that the contractual weight is 175, and he came in 182.7. And then Gabe Rosado said that wasn't correct. He was actually 12 to 13 pounds overweight. So that is terrible because the event got canceled. People have to get refunded tickets. All types of things had to happen, and that's unfortunate. So when you have these massive fights like this one, you don't want to have those types of blunders where one of these fighters comes in extremely overweight and the fight can't even go on, regardless if it's a title fight or not, right? So 30 days out, both guys, according to my sources that's with Gervonta Tank Davis, he is well under 146 already, which is great news, right? So that means Gervonta Tank Davis, who hasn't had a weight loss camp, as far as I can see, in quite some time, okay? He fought Mario Barrios, he fought Rolly Romero, he fought Hector Garcia, and he wasn't having a weight loss camp, right? He hasn't had that where he ballooned up in weight in between fights in quite some time. So I'm not shocked to know that he's way below 146. Almost 30 days out. And Ryan Garcia has showed us, last week, this past week, that he was 146 pounds. So I'm sure by Wednesday, Ryan Garcia is going to be well below 146. So, again, like I said, this is not, truly a catch weight fight. It's just 1 pound, right? So it's 136. It just gives Tank Davis the opportunity to, have room to gain 1 more pound. And Ryan Garcia, he's just 1 pound he don't have to lose. Now, when you in the shape that Tank Davis is in and in the shape that Ryan Garcia in, 1 pound is a lot. It's difficult to make, but nonetheless, when you have the professional mindset and dedicated mindset of these two gentlemen, then they would make the 1 pound, right? So essentially, the only clause is, the rehydration clause, and Ryan Garcia is on par for that. That's not going to be a problem. So I can't wait to see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue. I'm going.